I've got something new for you today. We're going through 6 things we learned from West Ham's game versus Aston Villa. Yep, that gritty 1-1 draw at Villa Park had a bit of everything, didn't it? Promise, resilience, and let's be honest, a sprinkle of chaos too. After our previous game against Palace, I'll admit, my expectations were rock bottom heading into this one. But you know what? I'm feeling surprisingly good about it, even without the win. The team showed some real signs of progress, and there's plenty to get excited about. So, let's not waste any time and dive straight into it. Number 1. The Lopetegui hangover is real. Let's kick off with something that's still haunting us. The Lopetegui hangover. And by that, I mean the same slow, shaky starts that plagued us during his reign. It happened again at Villa Park, where we looked completely out of sorts for the first 15 minutes. Villa dominated us right from the whistle, and Jacob Ramsey punished us just 8 minutes in. That goal? It was far too easy for Villa. Ramsey exchanged a simple 1-2 with Watkins, ghosted past Kufal like he wasn't even there, and slotted it into the far corner. Honestly, it was like watching a training ground drill. And let's not forget, Villa had a couple more chances in that opening spell. Tielemans and Watkins both missed opportunities that could have buried us early on. We've seen this happen far too many times, to be honest. It's a recurring issue that Potter's inherited, and if we don't fix it, we'll struggle against teams who are more clinical. East End Steve, how about you, mate? What did you make of our start?
Mate, I'm not being funny, but we looked like a Sunday League team out there at the start. We started slower than the queue at Stratford Station after a game. Ramsey could have walked that in. Potter needs to get that sorted. I don't know how, but come on. I mean, bloody put a rocket up the lads before kickoff, if you really have to.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Steve. Starting games like this is a problem we need to address quickly. Number 2, Lucas Paqueta is back to his best. And guys, I mean really back. This guy was unplayable in the second half. He's gone from being a shadow of himself under Lopetegui to being the heart and soul of our team under Potter. He is quite literally thriving under our new gaffer. Against Villa, he was everywhere. Whether it was picking out passes, driving forward with the ball, or just making himself available in tight spaces, Paquetá was at the center of everything we did well. That disallowed goal late on was a tough one to take. My heart was pounding, and I was so desperate for the feeling of scoring a last-minute goal. It was offside, but come on, man. Paquetá deserved it so much. But hey, the fact he was even there was quick thinking, great movement, and a cool finish from his part. Such a shame Souček was offside in the build-up. But the question we need to ask is, what's changed with Lucas Paquetá? I think it's down to Potter giving him clearer instructions. I feel like under Lopetegui, he was just left to run wild in a system that was lacking cohesiveness. He's no longer shackled by a lack of tactics. He's thriving. Not only that, but I think the whole betting scandal drama really affected him, and I think he needed a proper arm around his shoulder. It seems like Potter's doing exactly that. And yeah, looks like it's working, don't it? I was personally becoming fed up with him, but I was always aware that he's the kind of player who can change games on his own. Villa Park was just the latest reminder of what he's capable of when he's on form. Number 3, Scarles is a star in the making. I mean, for real, this kid is something special. At just 17 years old, he's showing maturity beyond his years, and his performance against Villa was another step in the right direction. Scarles was snapping into tackles and making crucial interceptions. One moment that stood out for me was when he read a pass from Tielemans, stepped in, and turned defense into attack in one smooth motion. For someone so young, his football IQ is off the charts. Steve, what do you think of young Scarles?
Listen, mate, I'm telling you, this Scarles lad's got something about him. Reminds me of when Declan Rice first broke through. I'm calling it now. This boy will get an England call-up in a couple of years. Just remember, you heard it here first, alright?
Yep, I agree. He's got the potential to be a key player for us in the future, but the exciting thing is that he's already making an impact now. The way Potter is using him shows how much faith he has in Scarles, and I can't wait to see more. Not only that, but it's really promising that Potter has come straight in and looked to our youth. I've heard him echo the importance of looking inwards to our academy a few times now, and I'm excited to see what other youth players he'll bring into the team. We've not really done much in that department in our recent history, but hopefully Potter can change that. Number 4, Wan-Bissaka, a defensive wall and an attacking force. But wait, before we get to that, I just want to take a moment out of this video to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers I've gotten recently. Our channel is growing at a rapid rate and I can't believe it. The support has been amazing and just goes to show how great our fan base really is when we all come together. It's really motivating me to push this channel further too. Anyways, back to the video. Wan-Bissaka is proving everyone wrong. The narrative around him at Manchester United was always the same. Great defensively, but useless going forward. Well, he's rewriting that story at West Ham. Against Villa, he was immense at the back, shutting down their wingers and winning every duel that came his way. But let's be real, we kinda expect that from him now. For me, it was his attacking contributions that caught my eye. He was pushing us forward both with the ball at his feet and with overlapping runs. I mean, even under Lopetegui, he was one shining star in the absolute chaos, and he's continued that into Potter's reign. He's playing with confidence and it's paying off. If Wan-Bissaka keeps this up, I think he could well be our hammer of the year. Number 5. More Andy Irving, please. Now let's talk about Swerving Irving, also known as the Iron Brew Iniesta. Andy Irving came on late in the game for Alvarez, and once again, he impressed me. This lad has a way of calming the midfield down. He keeps things simple, but he's also not afraid to take risks when the opportunity presents itself. That shot from outside the box late in the game, I thought we were about to witness another preseason screamer. I feel like every time Irving gets minutes, he makes a case for himself. I've seen him make a mistake or two, but come on, the time he has had has been so limited and he needs to get used to the league, right? I genuinely think he deserves more starts, especially in games where we need a bit more composure in midfield. He's got that mix of grit and flair that every good team needs. Steve, what's your thoughts on Swerving Irving?
I reckon he needs a few more minutes too, to be honest. I've got a soft spot for the guy and I just think it'd be such a good story if he was able to properly break into the first team. I'm not saying he will, and realistically speaking, he will probably always be a squad player at best. But his underdog story is something I am definitely rooting for.
Yep, I hear you, Steve. I'm rooting for the guy too. I'm curious what you guys all think about him, so let me know in the comments. Number 6. Edson Alvarez is constantly walking a fine line. I think I speak for all of us when I say I was sweating buckets towards the end of the game because of him. He was already on a yellow, and he's still flying into challenges like it's a cup final. It's a miracle he didn't get sent off. Credit to Potter for recognizing the danger and taking him off when he did, but it's clear that Alvarez needs to learn how to control his aggression, although I don't think he ever will. He's a brilliant player, no question about that, but we can't afford to go down to 10 men in games like this. He's got all the tools to be a midfield destroyer, but he needs to pick his moments better. Thing is, I know myself this wasn't just a one-off, so maybe it's something we just need to accept with him. Overall though, he has looked so much better since Potter has come in, and if he's performing well, I guess it makes it easier to accept. So that's it. That's the 6 things we learned from West Ham's 1-1 draw at Villa Park. This game showed us glimpses of what Potter's West Ham can become, but also reminded us there's still plenty to work on. Once again, a massive thank you to you all for all the subscribers and the support. Genuinely, it means a lot. And if you haven't yet, check out my last upload where I talk about my journey to 1,000 subscribers. It's been a wild ride. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Genuinely want the feedback. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Hammer Bites content. Thought this upload would be a quick one to make, but damn, I was wrong. Pretty much worked on this from 10 PM last night. Anyways, that's it from me. As always, I will see you in the next one.